Hello, it's Dizzy again. Today, I will be attempting a different kind of video than what I normally do. Now, all of the videos on my channel are mostly just me doing whatever, but this is different even for Chaospasta, is what I mean. Essentially, as you could probably tell from the title and thumbnail, this will be an informational video going over what to expect in Chapter 5. I feel like, I don't really like keeping secrets that much, and also, I think it would be a good way to build hype for the chapter, since this is the first completely new chapter since, what, 2 years ago? Huh, that's less time than I thought. One thing I do want to make clear right before we begin, though, to sort of temper your expectations, but also maybe put your mind at ease if you don't like spoilers, I will not be giving specific story details. You're going to have to see those when the chapter actually comes out. I'm just giving you, I don't know, things that will just be there. Trust me, they're more significant than I'm making them sound, but, well, if I don't tell you, you probably won't believe me, so let's not waste any more time. First of all, let me make it clear that under no uncertain terms, X and Zero are dead. Those two things on the roof were them. I gave them original designs just specifically for that, to convey that they are dead. Well, technically, I asked Z9 and Dino, my main spiders for this project, to make original designs, but they died. And I want to take the time, now that they're gone, to explain how they even got here, and why I've just decided to axe them. You see, around 4 to 5 years ago, some friends of mine happened to be very much getting into Super Mario Bros. Z-like series, classics. SMBZ itself, Mario DX, Final Fantasy Sonic X, the classics. And I thought, hey, I could, appeal to them and, please them. And maybe add a little later of fun to this by throwing in these two things from, this other thing I was into at the time. That would be a great idea. This was not a great idea. Nobody liked this. A lot of people outwardly told me that they dropped the story because of it, that they thought it was plain stupid. And the people who did say they like it were very much just trying to be nice, which I don't blame them for it, but I could definitely tell there's definitely nobody who unironically wanted this. So, yeah, I'm not willing to go back to that. Also, making screenshots of them was surprisingly hard, I realize, because here's the thing. One thing I don't think I've ever mentioned that goes into NGC fan story creation is fight choreography. And, simple enough. You just make the boss fights entertaining, pretty much. But if you can believe it, it's already kind of difficult to upkeep one monster fighting another one. But when you mush it into, two player monsters fighting another guy, it becomes a lot more difficult to manage. It was, in general, it was just kind of annoying and tedious more than anything. In fact, you can kind of see me outright saying no to the whole thing during Chapter 4 Part 2's Queen fight, where X-Zero, Snowflake, and Anguillus are all attacking Queen at the same time. And I have her, activate some monsters on the other side to distract X and Zero. That was basically me going, you know what? This is way too difficult. I'm not doing this shit anymore. In the previous draft of Chaospasta, I did try to flesh them out and make them work as characters, but I'm not really gonna try that again. I think I've had enough of them for at least one lifetime. We'll still be using Mega Man music every now and then because, come on, there's good stuff there. But yeah, no more Rockman crossovers. That was a mistake from the very beginning, and I'm very sorry. In general, I do want to focus on our protagonists, Snowy, James, and Guilus, and one more that will be added in this new chapter, but no spoilers. But that does mean that, again, unlike the previous draft, Virtuous B and Laugh-A-Gen won't get to do shit. Should just assume they got, killed in a boating accident. It's easier that way. In general, I do want to at least try to ground this story and make this a little less like a reboot and more like a pre-boot. Now, I know those words sound like nonsense to most people who haven't really been made aware of Chaospasta's development history, but to save you the history lesson, basically, there was a version of it that was the initial direction that changed eventually, and now I'm going to try and bring it back to that original direction. While there'll still be a story to tell, the focus is more on, the planets themselves, the whole, going to spooky planets with spooky gimmicks. And in general, I want to, add more gameplay gimmicks and make this feel fresh again. If I can even manage that. I don't really think I'm that good, despite, 6 years of experience? Last up on the basic information is the thumbnail. We're going to be making a new one. That doesn't mean we're going to replace the old video's thumbnails. Oh, no. This is just for, all the new chapters post the second beginning. Because, why not? Anyway, other than that, I think we can move on to the actual world description. That should be fun, right? So, what you've probably noticed is that, unlike the other chapters, this has 3 words in it. Instead of just Kegsa, it's the Kegsa system. And that's not just for show, because if you've seen my community post, which you probably haven't, I've heard YouTube doesn't really like recommending anything that isn't a video, or a short for that matter. The board associated with it is more of a collection of boards, which is the gimmick of this chapter. Instead of it being, one single planet with a bunch of different level types, it's a bunch of smaller planets, which have less level types than normal, but it's more so all of them together that make up a bigger chapter, pretty much. Another gimmick worth mentioning is that this is also kind of meant to be the rock bottom episode of Chaospasta, as if that isn't happening every day. But this is far from the more refined civilizations and societies on Nihilitum and Galatius. This is basically as close to probably what an actual part of space is like. For lack of a better term, we're in the middle of nowhere. To go over each of what these sectors are, the first one on the left is an abandoned Zillion base. The second one is a mostly aquatic planet serving as a ship graveyard of sorts. The third one is actually kind of a reference to the fan-made Chaospasta continuation, as it's a reimagining of what was it called? The planet Doshnet, except it's very much a lot more barren and empty than it used to be. And the last one... Sorry, that's secret. Can't say. Shush, shush, shush. Another gimmick you'll notice are these little asteroid belts. And those are actually level types. And they're pretty simple. Basically, the idea is that there are little platforming stages where you have to hop from meteor to meteor, asteroid to asteroid, to reach the next planet. It's a pretty simple concept, but I think we can get some mileage out of it. What you'll also notice is, all the way in the middle on the Dashnet planet, is the first in a while peace boss, which is to say a kaiju that's on the board that you can see. We kind of haven't had one of those since Galatius. I mean, we've had more typical Gmon boss fights, but they weren't really just like this. And if you're wondering which monster it's representing, it's Rabaruga. Why Rabaruga, you're probably wondering? I mean, he looks cool. And also, he was in an older draft of Chaospasta, so, you know, bringing him back. But, I mean, he looks cool, alright? Look at him. It's a great design. On a completely unrelated note, let me discuss another gimmick in this world, that being ambush boss fights. Now, let me be abundantly clear about something. I think Godzilla Monster of Monsters gameplay fucking sucks. Now, it's not that I don't like Godzilla games. I'll be the first to admit that I actually wasn't that big into Godzilla when I first started making Chaospasta, but you know, since then I've played Save the Earth, Unleashed, I even gave Double Smash a try. Wasn't too big a fan of that, but I liked how it was low poly. No, I just think Monster of Monsters just fucking sucks for multiple reasons. One of the things that annoys me about it is how boss fights are paced. Usually the best strategy to defeat one is to just wail on it for a bit, move away and leave, and just go into a separate level type to heal up and then take it on again. It's fucking stupid, and the boss patterns aren't really that good to begin with. But then, for once in my life, I started thinking, what if that was the point? What if there was a boss fight where the whole point was that they're so overleveled that you're unable to defeat them, and the main point of it is to just dodge and block for your life and just run afterwards. Hence, ambush boss fights. I actually posted a teaser about this on my community post as well, as the gimmick in this chapter is there will be a couple bosses where the gimmick of their fight is that they're just too powerful. Maybe an ultra gamer could get them, but no, they just completely outlevel you in multiple ways. So the whole point is to just fucking run until you can fucking lose them. So, you know, I think that's a fun idea. I don't know if I'll have it carry on till later chapters, as a part of me wants to keep it self-contained to chapter 5 as its sort of thing, but we'll see. One last thing I think I'll say, and that'll probably be the end of this video, is that we're not doing the multi-parter thing as seen in chapter 4. Never again. From here on out, Worlds will just be one chapter, one video, as God intended. Because, truth be told, I think I probably could have just made chapter 4 into one video if I just paced it better, but hindsight is 2020. Anyway, yeah, we're not doing that anymore. Thankles for watching. Again, this is not really something I've ever done before for my fan story, but, you know, I thought it was a pretty nice exercise. As I mentioned previously in another community post of mine, once chapter 5 comes out, I'm going to be putting a Google form in the description for you to fill out, to talk about what you liked, what could be improved, so I can help to, you know, further bring the story to at least a little better heights than it is right now, but, you know. Hey, if you like this video, make sure to hit the like button, make sure to hit the X button, make sure to hit the power button, And make sure to hit the power button again, and then leave a comment down below telling me if you'd like for this to be done for other chapters. Granted, I might need to be vaguer and vaguer as more significant story events happen, but I had fun making this, and I imagine I would have fun making other ones as well. But yeah, that's it. See you guys later. Hopefully when Chapter 5 releases.